Welcome to AHRC TV's Just Asia. I'm Nola. This week, Just Asia begins with Hong Kong, where protests are continuing over the government's proposed extradition bill. Thousands gathered outside the Legislative Council headquarters on Wednesday, where the bill was meant to be discussed for the second time. The reading was postponed as legislative councillors were unable to make it through the crowds. While the protests began peacefully, towards the latter part of the day, police resorted to using tear gas, rubber bullets, and pepper spray to keep protesters away from Parliament headquarters. As of 10 p.m. on Wednesday, the hospital authority reported that 72 persons were injured, with 2 in critical conditions. Amnesty International, Hong Kong, and the Civil Human Rights Front are among those condemning the police's use of excessive violence against protesters. Hong Kong's government first proposed legal amendments in February to allow the city to handle case-by-case extradition requests from jurisdictions with no prior agreements, most notably China and Taiwan. The plan would enable the chief executive and local courts to handle extradition requests without legislative oversight. Critics fear that the law will allow China to extradite and punish persons under a legal system with no human rights safeguards. There has thus been protest against the bill from all sides: lawyers, businesses, journalists, and ordinary Hong Kongers. Many businesses, from accounting firms to grocery shops and hotels, allowed employees to attend the protest on Wednesday. Similarly, many high school and university students bunked classes to attend the protest. Over 1 million protesters had marched against the bill on Sunday, and the largest protest seen in the city since 1997.
If this bill passed, Hong Kong wouldn't be Hong Kong anymore. Because Hong Kong, for the very long time in history, we have rule of law, we have our freedom, but this bill destroys them, because this bill allows the governments to extradite Hong Kong people and send them back to mainland China for trial. And this is very dangerous, and it threatens our personal safety, because Hong Kong people just don't trust the Chinese legal system. That we've seen in the past. So many cases, those who are accused of a criminal offense in mainland China, they don't get a fair trial, not even an open trial. They got detained for months and years without being trialed, and they are not represented by lawyers, and they disappear, and they died in jail. So how could all these happen to Hong Kong? How can the government just connect our Hong Kong's judicial system to that in mainland China? So this is putting us like a normal Chinese city, destroying our rule of law, destroying our human rights protection, destroying our freedom. That is right. The extradition bill proposed by the government in Hong Kong, it doesn't affect only the local people or only the Hong Konger. It affects all the people who are physically in Hong Kong, those visitors, those who are on holiday, those who have investments here, business people, expats, because it's about catching them physically if once they are found suspected. So all the nationals of other countries, they are affected. They are the stakeholders. I think that's the reason why so many countries have voiced out about their concerns and their disagreement with the Hong Kong government's proposed extradition bill. I would like to tell the international community that, firstly, the extradition bill is about human rights. It's about using the extradition power to violate Hong Kong's human rights. So this is a universal issue, universal value. I wish that the international community would really speak up for us people. Second, it's also about their own interests. So many people have, so many government and their nationals have investments in Hong Kong. Their headquarters, huge investments, big part of their GDP, their economy. So if the freedom in Hong Kong is eroding, and now it's eroded. So doing business in Hong Kong won't be safe anymore. And one day, they will end up be involved in Chinese politics and be extradited and disappear somewhere, end up in mainland China. So to protect their own interests, they also need to speak up for us.